So what was so great about episode 118 of Dragon Ball Super? Well, let me tell you. Everything. Mostly because, per usual, the negative Nancy part of me just has some gripes that I just need to get out there. So let's have some fun talking about Dragon Ball Super episode 118. So we actually get some really cool stuff of somehow Universe 2 transmitting the tournament to the Universe 2 peoples. But I thought it was pretty neat, and I thought it was really interesting getting like the community involvement a little bit later on in the episode. Okay, so we got Goku, right? We have him barely able to stand in the last episode, and these three Universe 2 guys are going up against him, and they start trying to fight him, and he's kind of holding them off with zero stamina. I mean, how weak are these guys to be going up against a zero power Goku and not even like eliminating him? But I am glad later that 17 and 18 jumped in to help. So what I've been looking forward to for so long is finally getting some really good Piccolo and Gohan versus the Universe 6 Namekians. And it's so interesting that these Namekians finally reveal like how they've become so powerful by fusing with so many other Namekians. Now we don't have like an actual number or anything, but there was a lot of Namekians that volunteered to fuse with these other two guys to make them so much stronger to be major contenders in this tournament. So that was cool, and the visuals were really interesting, seeing like that white aura and seeing all the Namekians that they've absorbed, and Piccolo getting psyched out from this, and the feeling that these Namekians are giving off, or the energies or whatever. When 17 and 18 finally jump in and they're like all dramatic and everything, that was pretty funny. And then we see the community of Universe 2 chipping in with their glow sticks, and then the freaking guys turn into the magical girls. That was so freaking hilarious, and must have given them such a massive increase in power. But then we jump back to Piccolo, trying out the Hellzone grenade on the bigger Namekian. Didn't work at all, extending his arm, crashing the crap out of Piccolo. And they finally reveal the story of them absorbing many other Namekians, which was really freaking awesome. And I'm wondering why the Universe 7 team didn't think of this earlier. You know, Goku has instantaneous movement, so he could just teleport Piccolo there, ask for volunteers, boom, massive power up for Piccolo. Gohan finally powers up to full power, starts whooping on both Namekians at the same time. It says, okay, start your special beam cannon charging. I'm gonna hold them off. This is the plan. And that made me think, you know, Piccolo and Gohan are the only ones who are still sticking to the Universe 7 plan. You know, the original one, you know, the team up stuff that was instantly thrown out the second the tournament began. So Gohan is holding him off, right? And he gets trapped by one of the Namekians. The other one's gonna mouth beam him, and Piccolo's like, oh crap, and freaking shoots his special beam cannon. Doesn't do anything because he didn't have enough time to charge it up, and he gets mouth blasted. Now this is the scene that freaking blew my head off. Piccolo's laying there like he got knocked out a little bit, and he like looks up because he's still psyched out at like the energy that these Namekians are giving off. And you see Nail and Kami. Oh man, that's such cool imagery there. And he looks up and Gohan has blocked the blast for Piccolo, just like Piccolo has done for Gohan. And Gohan's like, let's try again, which is such a cool character moment. And Piccolo gets back up and he's like, yeah, you know what? You're right. Enough of this psych out BS. I'm getting in the game. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Starts charging up his Makanko Sapo. Oh man, this was such a cool scene. Awesome moment. Great direction. Great composition. Great looking stuff and imagery here. However, they just have to cut back to the Universe 2 stuff. You know, when Rebran was eliminated, everybody thought, oh yay, we don't have to look at that anymore. No more magical scroll stuff. Haha, fooled you. Now these guys are gonna be the magical girls. Which honestly, that stuff didn't really bother me. I thought it was freaking hilarious. I just thought it took away from the Gohan and Piccolo drama elements to shove in some of that like silly humor stuff from Universe 2, which I did enjoy. I just thought that it took away from the feeling that was going on with Piccolo and the Namekians. So during this, the magical guys decide to use their trump card, what I like to call the Spirit Bomb Gravity Heart, which they call the Pretty Black Heart, which is awesome. I loved this idea, and I love their strategy here with how heavy this freaking thing is. They create it, and then boom, bash it right down on Goku and the androids, and their strategy is, this thing's gonna go through the freaking stage. I've been waiting for somebody to do something similar to this, like, drill their way through the stage, or do something through the stage, so this was freaking awesome. And I like how Goku said, this is more than Bulma's machine, because I don't think we know how much gravity output the gravity machine can do. But everything down to, like, you can feel how much force that this thing is putting out. The art and animation in this episode was pretty good for the most part, I would have to say, other than some blatant reuses of animation here and there. But there were many parts of very fluid stuff, really fresh looking, counterbalanced by some wonky characters and reuses of animation here and there, which didn't really take me out of it at all. So as they're trapped in this heart, I'm thinking, okay, the androids are right there. They have unlimited amounts of energy. Why don't they give Goku their energy? But I guess they don't need to, because now, as opposed to earlier in the episode, he can power up full to blue, even though 30 seconds earlier he could barely stand. Man, this is something that's really bothering me about this whole thing, ever since the Jiren fight, when Goku had nothing left. Why can't you just either let the guy rest, or have the androids give him some energy, or a lot of energy, that way he can be closer to peak condition. Instead, he's fighting to regain stamina, no rest necessary, powers up to blue by himself. Now, I do understand the whole Goku breaking past his limits, but when he's breaking his limits, quote unquote, every single episode, it really takes the epicness and feeling out of the awesomeness of a character breaking past his limits and pushing themselves so far and defeating their opponents. So is it just me that this bothers, or does it bother other people as well? Comment below, I really want to know if this is bothering other people. But I think that this whole next sequence would have been even more amplified if both 17 and 18 grabbed Goku's legs and started channeling their energy into him, helping him amplify his powers and his Kamehameha, which we're getting into right now. Goku is powering up to blue. He starts a Kamehameha. We cut to freaking Gohan charging a freaking Kamehameha in sync with Goku. Cut back to Goku. Kamehameha. Back to Gohan. Goku fires it off, but the gravity is so intense within the Spirit Bomb gravity heart that the Kamehameha is having a hard time going through it, and it's like curving, and the animation is so freaking spot on here. We go back to Gohan blasting one of the Namekians, and then the other one mouth beams it when the freaking beam struggle with the one Namekian stuck in the middle of it. And it's like, is this guy dead? No, his arm stretches around Gohan's Kamehameha and grabs his arm. And it's like, oh my god, Gohan's in trouble now. No way. The camera pans up to Piccolo. The special beam cannon is ready. And he just Makanko suppose the freaking crap right through not one, but both of the freaking Namekians. And Gohan finishes them off with the Kamehameha. But wait, that is not all. Goku's Kamehameha smashes through the Spirit Bomb gravity heart, blasts through the Universe 2 magical guys, and we get what I call the Twin Kamehameha crossover. Oh my freaking god. My eyes popped out of my head and had a heart attack simultaneously. At least a top 10, top 5 moments of the entire arc so far. Both the imagery, the editing, cutting between Gohan and Goku's Kamehameha. Oh, the coolest stuff, and that's gotta be one of the coolest looking special beam cannons ever. And they wrap up the episode because now Universe 2 and Universe 6 are both out of fighters. Universe 2 are super good sports. What like good people these are. Like they're not even frustrated or angry. They're still like happy, joy, and they go out with a smile. Universe 6, however, while they accept their fate, Caulifla's mad at the Universe 6 Namekians and starts chasing him around. And what's funny is the Namekians are like, wait, we have holes in our stomachs still, stop. Awesome line. And then Champa, you think he's gonna say something to his brother, but he doesn't. All he does is stick out his tongue the moment he's erased. That was awesome. but you can tell that Beerus, there's something going on with his head. Like, he's got to be in some amount of turmoil over his brother's erasure. And then he says, say something. Like, what does that mean? Like, is he telling himself to say something? Or is he talking about Champa should have said something instead of just sticking out his tongue, you know? But whatever, great episode. Gotta be one of the top of the whole tournament so far. And it's a pretty good streak so far for Dragon Ball Super. But next episode, Universe 4 has something up their sleeve, like an invisible man. And we have one shot, it looks like Vegeta's being dragged off the stage. I don't think this is off the stage, because wouldn't the person need to be off the stage to be dragging him that direction? Because it looks like he's getting pulled from the feet. I'm gonna call it a variety episode where it's focusing on a wide variety of the characters. And spoilers if you don't follow the spoilers for episode 119. There's supposed to be at least one person eliminated from the Universe 7 team. First of all, who do you guys think is gonna get eliminated? I honestly think that it's going to be 18, because I feel that now she has had her time to shine in the tournament, you know, especially with eliminating Rebrand. So I really hope it's not Piccolo. I feel like he hasn't had like enough or his own shine. It's always been with Gohan, you know? But what do you guys think? What did you think of episode 118? Let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the video. Share it if you did. It really helps a lot. And as always, take it easy.